Japan. Beautiful traditions, amazing history, but also the home to badai and dangerous women out to eat you up. They're called the Yokai, and they are just some of the ones we are delving into today. So sit down, relax, and let's get into it.
Morbid history.
So, let's start with the arguably most famous one that plenty people have already heard about, the kappa. Just know I'm Swedish and will probably mispronounce every hecking name through the video, and I apologize in advance. I try my best. Either way, the kappa is a reptilian humanoid found in lakes, ponds, rivers, and the occasional well or two. It's the size of a small child, but has the strength, even more strength, than a human adult man. They have scaly blue-green skin and sport the shell of a turtle and also the beak of a turtle. How beautiful. But the most weird part of the kappa is that they have an indent, like a bowl in their skull, that is filled with water. And this water is the source of their strength. Would it be emptied of the water, they would lose their strength and even maybe thrown into the greener pastures of the land after demise. There's a story of a young boy who was smart enough to respectfully bow in front of the kappa, and the kappa respectfully bowed in return, and thus spilling all the water from its little bowl, rendering him powerless and devoid of strength. Don't know if he went ahead and demised, but at least the boy got away from the kappa. The kappa's favorite food is either cucumbers or human entrails. Also a fascination for the human anus. Yum, 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 yum. One of the more terrifying encounters one could have with this kappa, they were known to capture swimming females and do things I will not mention here on this channel, and then dearly departing them and eating them afterwards. A weird little turtle folk, and they're famous for a reason. Yeah. And the last little fun fact, they also craved this weird ball that we humans apparently keep inside of our rectum. So if you were swimming around and a kappa saw you, they would actually reach into your bum to steal this ball of essence of some kind. And that would make you, who lost your essence ball, either demise, get sick, or just feel terrible. That's a short introduction to the kappa. Let's move on to the next one. Next one is kind of a personal favorite. The belly exposer. Well, that's the translation. In Japanese, I'll try it. Haradashi. This was a creature that showed up to lonely drunkards, like anyone sitting at home, drinking, being sad and alone. The creature would show up in any kind of goofy appearance, looking funny, I guess, and it would have a huge belly, and on the belly they had a huge face with a giant tongue. Why not? That yokai would then take some drink and drink with you and try to cheer you up with some belly dancing. Yeah, if you were lucky enough to spend some quality time with this wonderful belly dancing creature, it is said that you would feel like you would be invigorated with new hope and all your worries would be washed away. That's all Haradashi just wanted to do. She was, or he, it was there to cheer your drunk ass up. Not the hero we wanted, but it'll do. I kinda wish she would turn up at my place whenever I'm having a bit of a solo party. I approve. And now, a weird one. The ceiling licker. Well, that's the translation again. In Japanese, I'll try. Tenshoname. Either way, this was a very tall creature that had a, I wouldn't say enormous tongue, but it was a very long tongue. And what did this creature do with its long tongue? Well, its speciality was to visit homes who had very high ceilings that were very difficult to clean. Mr. Tall Yokai Man would then come there with his tongue and start licking all the dirt and the grime that had accumulated up there, feeding on it. Yeah, basically cleaning for you. If it wasn't for the fact that he always left some gross stains afterwards from all that saliva and licking. Well, there's a person, or I mean, there's a yokai for everything. Another short and sweet one. Niku-nikui. She presented herself as an extremely attractive and sexually charged female. And if you know anything about folklore and mythology, this is a dangerous creature. Your Honor, I do declare most ardently. Modus operandi, seducing her victims and then devouring them whole, just leaving their bones. Like I always say, beware of these sassy ladies that you just walk upon anywhere who seem a little too interested. They're probably a demon, and they will eat you. Now we have one with a very long and hard name. I'll read it. Please be kind. Makura-gaeshi. This is truly one of the more whimsical ones. This little creature loves to just pop up in the middle of the night and rearrange your pillows. Sometimes just like turning it over to the cold side, and we all love that, so thank you, I guess. Other times it would just leave it in strange places, inappropriate places, and they were also blamed for leaving dirty footprints and making strange and creepy nocturnal sounds. Next one. Like and subscribe. Helps the channel. I promise it doesn't hurt. Like, comment and subscribe. Yay! And now, my absolute all-time favorite. Shh. I'll get the word. I'll get the name. Shirime, which translates into But I. Just take this lovely nugget of information and do what you will with it. Enjoy it, I hope. This is a yokai that, as many yokais do, enjoy startling and shocking its unsuspecting victims. Usually he will come forward at night wearing a kimono. First sign of trouble is the fact that he has no face, no facial feet. It's just whoop, nothing there. But you don't even have a chance to get over that shock before he just strips, turns around, and flashes you his bum. And in that bum is firmly encased in his rectum a giant glossy eye staring at you. What sparks his joy? Startling and shocking people, because then he just runs off again to find someone else to show his butt eye to. But is he dangerous? No. Unless you're completely traumatized and have a tiny little stroke from that experience. Can we top that? Well, let's move on and try, at least. Next on our list, Shoshin Ubake. Yeah. And what kind of yokai is that? Well, when a paper lantern has run its course as a lantern, it's gotten old and frail and unusable. Some say that it is when it turns 99 years old. It turns into a yokai. The paper splits, forming a giant mouth, and a comically long rolling tongue just pops out of there, and also some beautiful eyes. And what sparked joy for this particular yokai, you may ask? I think you might already know the answer. Shocking and scaring victims. It would cackle, roll its tongue and its eyes, and just derive happiness out of being a bit of a menace. As one does. Oh. Next one is a very creepy and horrible looking yokai. Yeah, and the name nuri-botoke, which translates into lacquered Buddha. This was a grotesque and flabby corpse-like creature that had black, oily skin. But that just wasn't enough. No, it also had dangling eyeballs out of its eye sockets. Yum. This lovely fella shows up in homes where the family have failed to take care of their shrines or family altars properly. He would crawl his way out of it and start dancing, pestering the family all night, and just be mischievous, play tricks, but he would also just disappear as soon as dawn arrived. There were many ways, though, to secure yourself from having that weird thing turn up during the night. You could put a circle of salt around the shrine because he couldn't cross it. That's a normal thing in all like traditional magic traditions. Or you could just take care of your hecking shrine or family altar, or you could just close the doors to the shrine during night so he wouldn't come out. Seemed pretty easy enough to get rid of him. Well, hey, lucky he just stayed the night. Next one is a famous one too. I think many people have at least seen her somewhere. This is a yokai called long neck geisha, or in Japanese, rokurokubi. That's the best I can do. As you can hear from the name, their necks would grow and grow and grow extremely long, but only during nighttime. During the day, they could easily be disguised, or they actually lived the lives of normal women, sometimes even getting married. But yeah, during night their necks would... I don't have any idea why this is even a thing, but their necks would grow to extreme length, and they would use that to spy on people and play some tricks and also be a bit mischievous. As yokais do. Yes, yokais do indeed. Scaring and spying. Good pastimes as any. Sometimes the head would even detach entirely and go on its merry way on an adventure, leaving the body behind. Well, all that doesn't seem too bad, I guess, but there's more extreme versions of this yokai, where they would indeed devour entire humans, the whole human, or just drink their blah 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 blah, their blah 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 blood. Exciting stuff. Next, bakesori. Sad and lonesome straw sandals left alone in this world, forgotten. Of course they'll turn into a yokai. Sprouting little tiny arms and legs and one singular big eye. That seems to be a running theme. What do these yokais know that we don't? Can some of our scientists go in there and try to establish if having one eye is actually better than two? I don't know, but something with these yokais, you know, it's making me question things. Either way, why would they do that? Well, of course, to run around, to make noise and be annoying. Mayhem was the name of their game. So never forget your poor straw sandals. Seems like they had a fun life, even when they were forgotten though, so maybe you should forget your old straw sandals and give them a new life. That is also an option. Beto-beto-san. Beto-beto-san has gotten its name from the sound of someone walking behind you. So that's basically what it is. It's an unseen entity that walks behind you and apparently making that beto-beto sound during night. That is indeed an eerie feeling, but don't fret. There's an easy way to just make beto-beto go away. You should stop, turn around towards wherever that beto-beto-san person, yokai, is standing and say, "After you, beto-beto-san," respectfully. And then beto-beto will walk past and leave you alone. Buru-buru! Yeah, another one of those named after a sound. And this time the sound is from when someone's cold and shivering. The buru-buru is born out of a person doing an extremely cowardly act, and it will possess the person and send shivers down their spines. Hence, buru-buru. They are also called the spirits of cowardice. Yeah, short and sweet, that one. So, I think I did an oopsie yesterday. I forgot to hit record on my last entry, so here it is the day after. Karakasa kusu is the way I'm pronouncing it. It means paper umbrella priest boy. I don't know where the priest boy came from, because this is not anything to do with priest boys. But indeed it is a paper umbrella. It's a particularly silly looking yokai, and there's plenty of those. Similar to the straw sandals whom someone forgot, This is a paper umbrella who has lived out its life and been forgotten about. And in anger and spite, it turns into a yokai. And as yokais tend to do, it sports one singular eye, a large mouth, and a long ploppity tongue. And of course, one leg that it can hop around on. What sparks joy with this yokai then? Well, the similar as any other, well, many of them. It just likes to hop behind its unsuspecting victims and startle, shock. But not only that, it would give the person a lick with its gross saliva-ridden tongue. So there's that. He got that going for him. Indeed. So yeah, that was all the yokais that we had for you today. There's so many, so I will absolutely make another one, and I'll also be making one about the Yurei, the ghosts of Japanese folklore. Hit the bell and subscribe if you don't wanna miss those. Thank you so much for watching. And stay amazing, stay hydrated, but most of all, stay morbid. Mwah! Love y'all. See you soon. Thank you so much for watching, and giant thanks to my lovely Patreons. You're my heroes. If you want to support the channel, find links down below for my Patreon and Ko-fi if you want to leave a tip. And also I have a shop where I make some handmade crafts. So yeah, like and subscribe and comment down below. Stay amazing, stay hydrated, but most of all, stay morbid. Bye bye!